If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
How's it going, everybody? I'm stuck in traffic. I wanted to do a Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 5 review. Watched it last night. And I just want to... The reason why I want to do this because this episode is getting a lot of heat online. I was on Twitter and I couldn't believe of all the hate people were giving about this episode and this season in general. Talking bad about the writing and, well, first, before I go into this, it's going to be spoiler heavy, very spoiler heavy. So if you haven't seen this, if you have not seen this episode, don't watch this video. All right, back to it. A lot of people are really mad about Daenerys' story arc and what happened in this episode. And I see a lot of the same tweets online, people talking about how they were angry about, what they say, the writing. They also said the character development. They threw the character development out the window. Well, it feels like when people say that word, they don't really know what it means. Character development does not only just work for the heroes, the good guys of the show or a movie. It works both ways. And with villains, they don't get a lot of character development in anything. Villains don't usually get a good treatment. And I'm not saying Daenerys is a villain. And I don't understand why people are shocked. They have been foreshadowing this the entire series. Talking about the mad Targaryens flipping a coin. Her father saying burn them all. I mean, if you have not seen this coming, I wonder what show you've been watching all this time. Ramsay Bolton said it best. If you're expecting a happy ending, you have not been paying attention. I was in an argument with a guy on Twitter talking about how he said, oh, they could have gotten married and had a great, Jon and Dany could have gotten married and they could have ruled together. That's not going to happen. They explained that in the last episode. Because Tyrion and Varys explained that, how, because Jon is from, even though he's a Targaryen, and the Targaryens are known to wed each other, he is from the North, and they don't do that in the North. He was raised a Stark. So, I don't understand people's shock about this episode. This has been coming for a long time coming. And it's not that they haven't developed her that way either. She's had a lot of stuff happen to her. So I'm not saying Dany's a villain because everything she's done is understandable. She was basically sold into slavery from her brother. Yeah, she did overcome that. She fell for Khal Drogo. He died. Her son died. Her 2 dragons died. Jorah was killed. Melisandre was beheaded. And just when she's this close to getting her throne that she's been striving for this entire series, she sees stuff like Varys and Jon having a stronger claim to the throne, and she worries about that all that she's done taken away. She snaps, people. That's what happens. People are acting like it's just a sudden change and they just completely changed her character. They didn't. They've been building this for the entire series. How do you not get this? It is not something they decided last week or a couple hours ago. It is, they've been building this for a long time coming. And she's had a lot of stuff happen to her. It's understandable she snapped. When the bells rang, and she came in there and wiped everybody out real quick. When the bells rang, she wasn't ready. She wanted to inflict more punishment. All of this emotion came to her. All the stuff that she's been through with her family, she snapped. And I thought the writers and the show, the directors, they have planned this season perfectly. And I've been a huge fan of the show. And I think I haven't seen my only critique of this episode was Cersei. I didn't like the Jaime and Cersei dying in each other's arms in the basement of the castle. I think it should have been more epic. Cersei's been around this entire series, always being evil. I think she should have got a bigger death. But overall, I was still a fan of the episode. I was not shocked at all about Dany's turn. Not one bit. And I'm the one who's usually surprised by a lot of things people see coming. And I don't understand how people do not see this coming. So, if you don't like it, if you're shocked, if you don't understand how the writers have changed character development, you have not been watching the same show everybody else has been watching. And there's not going to be no happy endings. As for who sits on the throne, I don't think Jon Snow's going to sit on the throne either. They've been telling you that as well. Jon Snow does not want that throne. And last night, his own men were killing people in King's Landing. My theory is Jon's just going to leave it all. He's going to go north, the true north, with the free folk, the wildlings. He's going to say heck with all these people. Look what striving for the throne does. It gets people killed. It gets innocent people killed, and he wants no part of it. And he's just going to abandon it. I don't know who will sit on the throne. I'm not sure anybody will sit on the throne. But I don't see Dany redeeming herself for what she just did. And I saw this coming from a mile away. I liked the episode. I thought it was great. I think season 8 has been great writing, despite what the internet thinks. I think the internet is wrong. They have been just wanting this happy ending that they should have known that they're not going to get. This is Game of Thrones. They have not shown any indication that there will ever be a happy ending on this show. So you should have been paying more attention. One more week until the last episode of Game of Thrones. I love this show, and that's pretty awesome.